you take your information, 14 seconds at a time, 55,000 times a day.
My name is Riley Jones. I'm a senior at Columbia University. I'm also a brother of the Ada chapter of Alpha Phi
All
Alpha.
right.
My question is kind of a two-part question. One, I study political science, and kind of given the political changes that we've seen, particularly this year, at the United States federal government level, but also at the local level, I'm wondering how, as a black male that's interested and invested in equality for black women, how you kind of see that and how you use business to drive that, and how we use business to drive policy changes in that area.
Sure. So, it's interesting. I think, again, I'm not a politician.
Right.
I'm an engineer who actually made good in private equity, right? I mean, that's my story. But I think the things to now learn about what has occurred in this election cycle, and this gets back to the heart of it, is the importance of understanding data. You all know this because you are, most of you in this room, there's a few of us who are still digital immigrants, most of you are true digital natives. And you take your information, 14 seconds at a time, 55,000 times a day, right? In the way you look at your smartphones and you engage and you interact. And that creates a fabric of impressions that, if understood properly, shapes not only outcomes, but shapes opinion. So why do I say that? Because it's important that the voices that are, propagated out there truly reflect positions and opinions on how we think about ourselves, how we think about, African American women, how we think about Americans, how we think about immigrants. And you all have to actually use the power of your voices effectively and understand how to harness and broadcast it for areas that are of importance to you. You have to figure out how to do it as a political scientist to actually shape, if you're thinking about the U.S., this nation in a way that you think is just, fair, and right. And it's up to you to figure out how to use the tools that are available that are highly effective, because you all consume these tools all the time, constantly. So that's an important part of the dynamic.